Earlier this week, Dr. John Sentamu, the Archbishop of York, was here in Manchester to join the city's vigil. He's been reflecting on what happened with Pam Rhodes.
What can you possibly say to people whose lives, whose bodies, whose peace of mind have been shattered by this event?
I think I want to weep. I tell them it's all right to weep. It's all right for them to lament. It's all right for them to find comfort in others, people who can hold them. Because sometimes holding people very close at hand is a very, very great, powerful way of helping. And I don't think I want glib words, because the trauma is so strong, the loss is so great.
So is it then up to people of faith, indeed of all faiths, to work together to fight back, to prevent things like this happening?
This was quite evident at that vigil. I was sitting next to the Imam of Manchester, who is determined that they're going to use their mosques to be places of saying, love is stronger than hate. Life is stronger than death. So the message has gone out, and I'm sure by working together, we're going to find a common ground of really tackling this terrible, terrible evil, these heinous crimes, people thinking they're doing it in the name of God. I'm sorry, they shouldn't say God is on their side. They should be on God's side. And on God's side is love, mercy, justice, and newness of life. And they're taking away life.
You were at that vigil. It was obviously very moving. How do you reflect on it?
I think when one woman in the crowd before the vigil started said, we thank God for the security services, all the professions and everybody cheered. And when you looked around, the majority were young people. They came there not to be intimidated, not to be frightened, and my message to all of them was, do not be afraid. So the enduring memory, here was a group of people saying, we will not be frightened. We will not hate each other.
That message of choosing love over hate isn't just for Manchester, it's for the whole world, surely. Yes. But human nature being what it is, can we really hope that that will ever be ours?
If you don't mind, I'm a person of visual aids. I'm going to show you one. You see, on Good Friday, everything was very, very tragic. It was like a piece of embroidery. It all looks tangled. That Good Friday, when Jesus hung on the cross, everything wasn't clear. But you know, God was writing an amazing story. God is love. So in the midst of chaos and confusion and death and brutality, out of it, good is going to come.
It seems that atrocities like this can bring out the best in us. So we need to make sure that positive things can come out of the choices we make now.
Absolutely positive, because we are so fearfully and wonderfully made. All of us have gifts. All of us have wonderful way of relating to one another. This is a time when creed, belief or no belief, culture, tradition need to be buried. That what emerges are people who really are at ease with each other.
One of the themes that's resonated through this week is don't choose hate, choose love. Something that's echoed in our last piece of music from the great city of Manchester. Goodbye.